So for this B.1.1.7 or the UK variant, wala pa ho tayong sapat na ebidensya para makapagsabi that we have already community transmission of this variant. Kasi nga po, yung atin pong samples that we get are still not at that level na masasabi natin na it can already provide us with that predictive factor for community transmission. Dahil if you know, in the past, anong una, kumukuha lang tayo dun sa mga nakakapag-submit. Pero since this past weeks, nag-target na tayo. No? But again, hindi po nakapagbigay ng targeted specimens yung ibang areas of the country because of accessibility. Like for example, nagkaroon tayo ng issue dun sa transport of specimens coming from Visayas and Mindanao because there are different protocols that are being implemented by specific airlines na pwedeng magdala. So what we did was to coordinate with the Office for Civil Defense. Humingi tayo ng tulong sa kanila para dito sa next runs natin, yung mga samples natin galing sa malalayong lugar na ito ay mapapacilitate na. So we cannot still give that information for community transmission because we still do not have sufficient evidence to say such. Nick? Nick, may lag ba?
Okay, ma'am. Next question po. Ma'am, from Christian Yesoris of Bomboradio, may nagather na po bang enough information ng DOH para doon sa 6 na bagong UK variant cases na bine-verify pa kung local case or ROF?
Nick, before I answer the question, may lagging? May lag ako? May gaps ba? Can you hear me properly? Okay, si Nick daw ang lagging. Okay. Okay, sige. So again, question please, Nick. Ako na lang. So what is the update on the 6 new UK variants and the respective profiles? So there were 6 cases na sinabi natin na bine-verify natin if they were local cases or they were returning OFW. So of the 6 new individuals detected with the variant, 5 of them were already verified. So yung isa, 20-year-old female who resided in Mountain Province, the case tested positive during her pre-departure test done here in NCR last January 12. And then she was initially tagged as a National Capital Region case kasi nga dito siya nagpa-test because she was planning to leave the country. The case returned to the Mountain Province where she is currently isolated. So ngayon, ang ating regional office ng ating Cordillera Administrative Region is currently investigating this case and the ongoing na mga contacts niya. So the second would be a 46-year-old female from Pasay City, tested positive for the variant and connected po siya dun sa cluster ng MRT cases natin, yung MRT employees kasi yung anak niya was from the MRT, nagtatrabaho doon. And the case tested positive for COVID-19 on January 25 and is currently undergoing home quarantine. So ngayon, nag-iimbestiga na rin po ang regional office natin sa National Capital Region. The third one is a 37-year-old male, reported an address in Bukidnon, but case investigation showed that the case spent long periods of time bago siya magkasakit dito sa Metro Manila as part of his training. So the case initially tested positive on January 25 and ngayon naka-isolate po siya sa isang facility. The fourth, a 25-year-old female with an initial address in Dasmariñas, Cavite. She tested positive on January 31 and now undergoing isolation in Region 3. We are also conducting the investigation through our regional office. The fifth is a 47-year-old female with an address in Las Piñas and was determined to be a returning overseas Filipino from Morocco who arrived in the country on January 12. The initial swab collected on this date turned out to be positive and the case completed the required 10-day isolation. So a second swab was done again, and still the case was positive. So she was advised to continue isolating at home. The last case is a 49-year-old male from Rizal area, and we are still trying to investigate if this case is a returning OFW. Nick?
Thank you, ma'am. Next question po from Sheila Chrysostom of the Philippine Star regarding the 19 new UK variant cases. How many contacts have been traced? Ilan po ang positive for COVID-19?
Since we have detected, no, and it was released last Friday, we were able to do already, no, this communication to our regional offices and officials from the different local governments na involved or meron silang individual that were identified. So initially dito sa region natin sa Davao, they were already able to contact trace 107 individuals. For the Mountain Province case, they have contacts assessed at 12. And from the Ilocos Norte case, we have 50 na na-contact trace. These are the initial numbers. All of these contacts were submitted for swabbing, and titignan po natin yung resulta nila within the week lalabas yun. Nick?